What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a legendary week. So I thought, unfortunately, we got to start the off-season portion of the season, at least until we get into season 6. So we're going to go ahead and go over some Niner news. There was some Niner news, or at least news that involved the Niners this week. But before we get started with the show, we want to remind you to listen to the end of the show to get a special coupon code to save on all 10% on all For the Faithful by the Faithful apparel till the start of season 6 exclusively at NinerFaithfulRadio.com/shop. Get your For the Faithful by the Faithful established 2021. Get your officially licensed Niner gear. By using our affiliate link, not only do you save 10%, but it really does help out the show. The link will be available in the description of this podcast or video, or scrolling across your screen right now. Go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code NinerFaithfulRadio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. And, of course, go to NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe to see everywhere you can subscribe to the show. And, of course, follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and on Twitter at Niner Faithful R. Ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, let's get the show cracking.
Montana steps up, throws.
All right. So, first of all, I'd like to start Super Bowl week by saying I hope they fucking both lose. How about that? Everybody's like, oh, you watching the Super Bowl? Hey, bro, I ain't watching no Super Bowl. I don't care about the Super Bowl. Everybody's like, you're not watching the Super Bowl. Bruh, I'm not a football fan. I'm a Niner fan. There's a difference. I don't give a damn about the Super Bowl. How would they both lose? How was the worst game ever? Yeah, I'm still kind of salty. But of course, we are going to start with the announcement that Richard Hightower has been, well, I don't know why I said Tim Hightower. Richard Hightower has been hired by the Chicago Bears as their special teams coordinator. Also, Mike McDaniels was hired as the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, and the Niners have hired Anthony Lynn as assistant head coach. But of course, we know he's pretty much will probably do the run game and everything like that. I know there was a couple other staff signings that we saw, but let me see. I'll look at the important calendars. The scouting combine moved back this year. It's March 1st through the 7th. Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis, Indiana. March 8th, prior to 1 p.m. is the deadline for clubs to designate franchise or transition players. The 14th through the 16th, during the period beginning at 9 a.m. Pacific time on March 14th and ending at 12:59 p.m. on March 16th, clubs are permitted to contact and enter contract negotiations with certified agents of players who will become unrestricted free agents upon the expiration of the 2021 player contracts at 1 p.m. on March 16th. During the above the 2-day negotiating period, a prospective unrestricted free agent who is not represented by the NFLPA certified contract advisor is permitted to communicate directly with a new club's front office officials, including the head coach and members of the club's coaching staff, regarding contract negotiations. No prospective unrestricted free agent is permitted to execute a contract with the new club until 1 p.m. on March 16th. March 16th is when we're going to start season 6 of NFR. The first day of the 2020 new league year will end at 8:59 p.m. on March 16th. Cubs receive a personal notice that includes all transitions submitted to the league office during the period of 1 p.m. and 8:59 p.m. Pacific on March 16th. March 16th trading period 22 begins at 1 p.m. after the expiration of all 2021 contracts. Annual meetings are the 27th through the 30th of March. April 4th, clubs that hire new coaches at the end of the 2021 regular season may begin off-season workout programs. Clubs 18 April 18th, club with returning head coaches, including the 49ers, may begin off-season workout programs. So we're going to start off-season workout programs April 18th. 4/20 is the deadline for clubs to bring draft-eligible players to facilities for a physical examination. And then the 22nd is the deadline for restricted free agents to sign offer sheets. The 27th is a deadline for prior clubs to exercise right of first refusal to restricted free agents. And the 27th is the deadline to test and interview draft eligible players. And then the 28th through the 30th is the draft, Las Vegas, Nevada. Let me go ahead and see. Oh, no comments. And we got, well, who's the person that loved? Oh, I loved it. I loved my own video. Why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead and take a Twitch break, and then we'll be back. All right, we got a couple more seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and we're back. Okay, that ended that. All right, so one other thing that I was looking at are not our schedule, but our opponents, I guess you could say, have been announced. Obviously, our home games include the three divisional opponents, the Cardinals, the Yams, and Seahawks. But we also have the Aints and the Buccaneers coming in. We have the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Dolphins, and Washington Commanders, I guess they're called now. And then away, obviously, we have the Cardinals, Yams, and Seahawks. But we also go to Atlanta, Chicago, Vegas, Denver, and Carolina. Obviously, I'm gonna try to go to pretty much almost guaranteed to go to Denver. So Denver and Atlanta are looking the two road games that I'm gonna be able to hopefully go to. But it would be nice to go out to Vegas. That'd be fun. Um, let me see. I was looking at our free agents for this, coming up off season, and a lot of them are unrestricted. The only one, Daniel Brunskill and Jake Brendel, are the only restricted free. Oh, and Aziz Al Sayer are the only restricted free agents. And then Demetrius Flanagan Falls, JaMychal Hasty, and Jawan Jennings and Kevin Givens are exclusive rights free agents. But everybody else is restricted free agent. You know that their AAV, sorry, was the same for Jason Verrett and Lincoln Tomlinson. And it's like, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, I really do like Jason Verrett. I was not mad that we re-signed him, especially on a 1-year prove-it contract. Not mad that we signed Jason Verrett. You can make an argument that we should have had a backup plan besides Jason Verrett, since literally he went down the first game of the year. But it's clear that if it comes between Jason Verrett and Lincoln Tomlinson, honestly, I'd rather have Lincoln Tomlinson. I know that cornerback is a concern and a damn sure. I mean, if we don't, man, we better invest in some corners this year. Because I don't want to hear how Emmanuel Mosley and Ambry Thomas are ready. I mean, obviously Emmanuel Mosley is ready, but I mean, like, that's just the answer. We're going to plug them in, and that's what we're riding with. So we're not going to add any competition, anything for injuries. I understand you're expecting Ambry Thomas and Demo to develop some more this year. But I'm just not comfortable going in with E-Man and Ambry Thomas as our starters. We have to dress this in the draft. I don't think they're bringing back Jaquaski Tart. So we're obviously going to need some safeties. I mean, I think that this is going to be, I said it a while ago, and it was kind of unpopular opinion, but I said the best thing for the 2021 San Francisco 49ers was to start Jimmy. The best thing to do for the 2022 49ers was to start Trey Lance. And do I believe we're still a playoff caliber roster? Yeah, no question. I mean, or I shouldn't say no question, because there are some questions, because obviously there's a big question mark at quarterback, the most important position. I mean, even the biggest realistic Trey Lance fan has to admit that he's going to have some rookie learning curve. He's going to make some rookie mistakes. And so I feel that we went all in 2021 and said, hey, we'll push it all in and roll with 2022, because I don't see how it's going to be running back. I mean, even Lynchaham in their end of the season press conference admitted that it's not pretty much going to be the same roster, and there's going to be some significant changes on this roster. Now, I'm not. They said they budgeted for Debo and Nick Bosa, so I'm not concerned with the players that we want to bring back. I know that we're going to be able to, especially with Jimmy's money coming off the books. I know that we're going to be able to keep the free agents we want to keep. I don't think DJ Jones is going anywhere. I don't think Lincoln Thomas is going anywhere. I think they're going to re-sign Jordan Willis. They're either going to sign Jordan Willis or Arden Key. I I think maybe no, I don't think they're going to re-sign. I think they're going to re-sign Brunskill. They'll get something worked out with Shaggy. So I don't really see. I think K1 is gone. So I think that this is going to be a football team in transition next year. Now that doesn't mean we can't compete. That doesn't mean we can't win some football games. But I think it's going to be a lot like this year, this coming up season, where the beginning of the year is kind of but this team as really honestly, I mean, as it looks like now, it's going to be E-Man, Ambry Thomas, and Diamador Lenore as our starting corners, with Demo playing the nickel. And then you go with Jimmy Ward and Talanoa Hufanga, I would think right now would be our starters in the secondary. So there's obviously going to be some learning curve and some growing pains. But obviously, as they get more experience and things of that nature, I think that it will start to relax and they'll start to play better and everything like that. And I think that that's when we're going to really win some games. And I think that and that's where we're going to be dating. It wasn't that we weren't the best team. We weren't one of the best two teams in the NFC all year. We weren't. But we were playing the best towards the end of the year. And what you saw is what I was saying all season, which is, hey, you know what? Float enough during the season and start playing your best football towards the end of the year, and that's going to be the best chance to win the championship. And you know what? I'm sorry, when we went up 17-7, I don't think there was many people who didn't think that we were going to the ship. So I think that's how it's going to be next year. I don't think we're going to start off the year hot. Now, the goal next year in the beginning of the season is not to bury ourselves, not to start off 2-5, or sorry, 3-5. 2-4, 3-5. So we have to, go 9-2 and crazy over the last half of the schedule. The schedule seems to be easing up next year as well. So I'm excited to start talking some offseason. Next week, we're going to have our season review show. We'll go over our predictions from earlier in the season and kind of give our thoughts on the season and all that stuff. We can't wait to see y'all next week. Before we get out of here, of course, we were going to remind everybody to get your officially licensed Niner gear by using our affiliate link. Not only do you save 10%, but it really does help out the show. The link is available in the description of this video or podcast, or it's scrolling across your screen right now. Go to SeatGiant.com and use the promo code NinerFaithfulRadio to save on all your concert, theater, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Go to NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe to see everywhere you can subscribe to the show. And, of course, follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio and Twitter at Niner Faithful R. And thank you for tuning in to the end of the show. As promised, the special end of the season discount code for 10% off of For the Faithful by the Faithful apparel is Heartbroken. That is one word. 10% excludes any on-sale items and cannot be used with any other coupon code. Expires midnight, March 16th, 2022. All right, I shall see y'all next Tuesday. Till then, faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners.
Montana steps up, throws.
See ya.